Hello everybody, Conundra here, and welcome back to the iRacing experimental season. And we're back in an IndyCar on an oval, but this is a much different IndyCar, and this is a much different oval. This is actually new, old content that is reintroduced as free content in iRacing. When I say free content, what I mean is it's content you get with a base subscription. That is something that is frequently asked about iRacing is, well, okay, it's subscription-based, but what do you actually get? And previously it was just the, okay, easy now, just the Mazda, and then a Cadillac road course racing car, I believe, and then you would get the street stock and a Legends car, and I may be forgetting a few in there, but there was also only a few tracks. Well, now they have added a few more, including the old trucks and the old IndyCar. So this is the 2011 Dallara IndyCar, and it is, you know, it was a much different time for IndyCar, and the cars certainly have pretty dramatic differences. You may also notice that this is not the current Phoenix. This is Phoenix, wow, I cannot speak today. Phoenix, circa 2011. So it's before they changed the layout and repaved it. The other list of differences, this is an open series. This is unofficial, so none of these races will count against iRating or safety rating, which is a good thing if you watched last week's iRacing race at Daytona. These races tend to be a little crazy. Hopefully Phoenix will be a little less crazy, but we'll see. Alright, 2 laps of qualifying. I don't really know what to expect. I know the car is basically its best on lap 1, and that's a lot of pressure to try and do your best lap. Basically, you have this amount of time to warm your tires up. And you gotta get a good launch out of 4. Enter into 1 wide. Breathe the gas, get back to the gas. It's gonna push to the outside. That was pretty good. And then again into 3, push it wide, let out of the gas, get back to the gas. Get down to the painted line, but don't ever touch the painted line. That was a good lap. And lap 2, it's undoubtedly going to be slower. Yeah, it's just those tires have 1 lap of really, really good in them, and then they, hey, track groove. I don't think you're supposed to be appearing like that. I guess maybe it's simulating it right now as the cars are going around. Who knows? Who knows? But looks like we're going to end up top 10. Here we go, get ready for the chaos. We're starting 9th, which is less than ideal because that means we're going to be on the inside. I would have much rather been on the outside, but the way these starts usually shake out, it's probably not going to matter. Got 1 wrecked already. That's a good sign. That's a really good sign. Well, well indeed. Ah, man. It's gonna be an interesting one. Possibly even more interesting than last week's. I really intended to do something else this week, but, well, I am already over my budget on buying stuff for this game this season, so what better week to try something free, huh? Let's see how it goes. 30 laps. Gonna be a quick one. Well, hopefully.
Alright, man.
Bunch them up. Now away we go. I wasn't really sure what I was going to do in turn 1 there, so I decided just to let it happen. I don't have my delta up, but I don't particularly feel like I need it here. It's going to be in the way more than it is going to help. Watch it pushing out here, especially when you're up behind somebody. I think he's going to be right outside, yep. There we go. Pass complete. We'll sail it off into 3 here to make sure we complete the pass. There's what I meant about it pushing out of 2. Exact same situation, just in opposite roles now. Smoke ahead. Oh, get tight right here. That worked out well. You can push it a little harder off of there, but you get really close to the wall. I've nicked the wall a few times and gotten away with it, but sometimes you don't. So we'll wait a few laps before we go and try and use that wall up. Trying to take it easy with the car and hope that saving that right front will help us later on. There goes one. Let's see which way he goes. Right in front of me.
We've got big problems with the motor.
Well,
All right, man, that car is a
one down.
It's the 39 car. It's the 019 car.
Not traffic is everything, I'm telling you. It's going to be more survival to the finish than it is. There's smoke. There's a crash. Got ran over. Got ran over. And I'm hit again.
That car is a lap down. 20.
Man.
0.795. You've got wheel damage. That car is a lap down. Outside. You're clear high. Clear high. You got one inside. Clear low. Clear low. It's the 4 car.
Okay, it's 2 a.m. I'm wearing my pajamas. I should be sleeping. But instead I'm giving this one more try. I think this is it. If it doesn't happen this race, it's just going to be a video of a bunch of wrecks. Which, I mean, I guess if that's the case, then we're about to add one more to it. But it's 2 a.m. There's not a whole lot of people on.
Get ready.
Hopefully this is the one. It's usually within the first lap or so that it happens.
Alright, man. Pace car is in. Green, green, green.
It happened behind me. That could be good.
You got one inside.
Still got them inside of me.
Still there? Hold your line.
Very much so inside of me. Yeah, 3 wide. That's a good idea right now.
Clear low, clear low.
Why don't you just go ahead? Clearly you have all the talent. Oh yeah, that's gonna work out well for us.
All clear, all clear.
Oh man, I think I called that one. I think that is like the definition of calling it. Now I see a whole cluster ahead of us. This is probably a pretty good spot. We might have just enough time to avoid the wreck. in the last race that, well, I don't think there's anything to show of that one, because I got wrecked on the start. Actually had a fan of the channel in the race, Thomas. And I, you know, just kind of wishing each other good luck, and I said, well, good luck, avoid the Noid. I think that's gonna be, that's gonna be the theme of the week. Avoid the Noid. Pretty sure that was the leader a moment ago. He's now wrecking, as is this guy. Just like that, we're up to third place.
22.657. You're in third place.
Starting to get to that point in the race where the front tires get less pleased. Looks like they crashed behind me. Oh man, this is interesting. But you know what? I don't want to give you guys the wrong impression here. Hold on. I'm gonna need to concentrate for a second. This is, as I've mentioned in one of these races, who knows if this part will be in or not. This is open tiered racing. It really does a great job of showing you why the ladder system is important. Why it even kind of shows why paid content is important to iRacing's model. You gotta keep this kind of racing out of it. At least out of the professional tier side of it. How do I say this elegantly? I'm gonna have lots of alone time right now to kind of postulate this, I guess. It's not without purpose. You gotta have the free content, and you gotta have the entry-level ranks and the open ranks to both gain people's interest and to kind of give people a way to ease into it. It's a daunting thing going into this, like, you know, when you start to go into the series like I'm running normally in the normal seasons, especially like last season in GT1, it's pretty intense stuff. I don't know if it really shows, but there's actually quite a lot of pressure. Watching what they're doing. A lot of pressure on you to, you know, do well and not screw up that I don't think people necessarily realize. And this gives you somewhere to start, somewhere to learn a little bit of racecraft. It gives you lots of practice on how to avoid wrecks. But not just that, how to deal with that traffic, how to pass people that are slower than you. How to know when people are about to do stupid stuff like that guy just did. It certainly has its place. Sorry, I'm like, it's super late. I'm like losing my voice and everything. This is the 6th time I've tried to do this commentary. So yeah, that's pretty much what I care to say about that. It's not that this is some kind of dark, evil side of iRacing. It has its place. It's gotta be here. And if you, for some reason, get inspired to try iRacing, either based off my videos or not, don't let this be the stuff that stops you from doing it. Because this is where you're going to start out. You know, you're going to start out with the content that you get, you know, with your subscription, whether it's free or not. Because there is usually opportunities where you could free trial into this, and this is the stuff you would have. You know, $0 spent. don't let the craziness of this kind of form your opinion of what iRacing is. I still have a lot of fun with this, though. Back when I had... Okay, what are you doing, guy? What are you doing? What are you doing? When you're a slower lapped car, you should always go to the outside of the turn. I'm quite surprised these front two have not had any issues with the lap cars. Seems like I'm having all the issues. I can't back up too much. 4th place is not too far behind me. I have a good feeling about this one. This could be the one. So yeah, this is not stuff I normally do. Try to stay away from this style of racing. Oh, it looks like we lost 2nd place. And we lost 1st place. Well, we are now the leader. Oh, man. Will there be more than one car on the lead lap by the end? Got 1.3 second gap. It's been holding pretty steady. This just kind of got real on us. Plus, I've never made it this far into a race. I don't know what the tires are going to do. I'm trying to be pretty easy on them. Phoenix is such a interesting track. I've never been on the new one. Did a lot of races here on this old configuration in the NASCAR stuff. It was always an interesting one. It's one of those tracks where your setup's just always wrong. You can do no right with it. And this guy's kind of catching us now. Hopefully he runs off his tires. It's probably, honestly, a little bit more interesting than in the IndyCars here. This could be interesting with a group of, like, good racers. And I think you probably have a little bit more lane variability with these cars than you do with the NASCAR cars. But it's certainly a little bit more touchy. Not really messed around with the NASCAR stuff too terribly much in iRacing. I did that stuff for so long, and it was really only because I could never find a good road racing league. I did find a couple. And I did end up enjoying the oval stuff too in NASCAR 2003. It's just you know, as my personal tastes have shifted to road racing, so have my sim racing tastes. But maybe someday we'll make a full-fledged attack back at oval stuff. The thing stopping me from doing it now is honestly the financial side of it, because I don't own any of that content. It would be probably about a... That's a little closer to the wall than I want to be. It'd be about $100 to $150 investment to go full truck racing or cup racing or whatever, nationwide. Any of the big oval series. So that's a pretty hefty chunk of change. I've gotten to the point now where I have so much road racing content and so many road courses that it just makes sense to keep doing it. By golly, I think we're gonna make it. Nice and easy. There we go. Not only did we survive, but we won the race. Alright, well that's going to do it for this time in the iRacing experimental season. Next week we'll do something a little bit less crazy, and hopefully something a little bit more interesting for me. I'm sure there was some value of entertainment in this for you. I hope so anyway. So yeah, I guess I will just see you next week. Thanks for watching. It doesn't Scandinavian flick very well either. Basically everything gets undone as soon as you hit the go pedal. Oh, and I said last time that I was going to take apart my pedals in between. I didn't do that. This is the same recording session. After this is a recording session, I will take apart my pedals. I don't really think it's affecting me too much because I'm like trying to mentally keep track of the time.